Yes, and we are back. We are still on the nation's ultimate and number one breakfast show, the Koko Digest Morning Show. My name is Yaw Asare. I'm in the studios here. I'm serenaded with men of culture, men of patriotism. As we mentioned earlier, some are patriotic to the Wachi, some are patriotic to our motherland. And I'm talking about none other than Nana Kofi Nsiah and Kojo Nsiah being here in the studios here with me. Guys, Ghana man, how are we starting it?
Well, I started my Ghana month by, of course, eating my wachi.
Wachi, yes. Yeah, patriotic to the wachi.
It was very important to me.
This morning?
This morning, since the 1st of March, every morning, wachi. Local foods. So, I mean, I began with I think on the 1st, that was a Saturday morning. Yeah, so I had my morokoko.
Morokoko?
Yes, and then my locally made kosi.
Kosi.
That was it. And then throughout, from then till now, this morning, I had my wachi very early in the morning, because we are in the Ghana month.
Nice.
Yes, so for me, I didn't start with food, but from Sunday, I started listening to the songs that ushered Ghana into independence. Yeah. So I've been listening to E.T. Mensah's Ghana, Land of Freedom, Ghana, we now have freedom, Tours of the... Yes.
No, you have to go back to that particular... Tours of what?
The Tours of the brave and the sweat of their labor.
Toils of the brave and the sweat of the labor. That's a good one.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We've been singing it the wrong way. Yes, this is Ghana Man, where we get to have some of these corrections put in place very, very well. And then now we want to start with a very interesting feature. You tell me a little bit about where you come from. Let's highlight where your hometown is, and then let's bring them into the spotlight a bit.
Okay.
I'll start with you, Nana.
Okay, yes.
Nana
thank you very much. So, my name is Nana Kofi Nsiah, and then I'm from Latte Equiapim. Yes, from the eastern region. So my dad is in Ashanti. My dad is from Ejura. Yes, one of the places known to be, planting yam. You want yam, one of the regions known to be planting yam in the Ashanti region. That's Ejura. That's where my dad is from, and my mom is from Latte Equiapim in the eastern region. So our place is one of the coldest. It's not the coldest place, because the coldest place is
I know
in the Volta.
Latte Equiapim Togo range.
Yes,
it's
up there
amongst the mountainous areas. Very cozy.
Very cozy. Yes. So that is where I am from. But I
spent with the fresh then.
But I spent most of my life. Thank you. I spent most of my life in Takoradi. That's where I grew up. I schooled. And all that, and then I've spent some years in Accra. I stayed a little bit in the Ashanti region. I moved to a few months in the Volta region. I've actually explored most of the regions in the southern belt of Ghana. I've been to the Bono, but just for a brief period.
Because I know you actually travel to Cape Coast quite often.
Yes.
So Takoradi, Cape Coast, Accra. So
almost
all the southern belts, you've actually been there. And then,
so I'm yet to explore.
Make a
fancy. Me Equiapim you make a Asante tree, make a Equiapim, make a fancy. The other languages I'm not really that strong in it, but then for Fante, Equiapim, tree, for latte, I'm very strong in it.
Wow. That is Nana Kofi Nsiah with a brief highlight on where he comes from and where he's actually stayed. You can actually say that you are Mr. Ghana, because Ghana never be Now over to you, Kojo Nsiah.
Yes, so Nana, for me, I did not know my route until yesterday. Yes. That I called my dad, and then he told me we're actually from Mampong, Jamasi. I've not been there before.
Mampong Jamasi,
but I'm told it's...
Oh, Mampong Kumnasi.
Yeah. But then, my name is Kojo Nsiah. I was actually named after my grandfather. And so when I add the Eja Kojo Nsiah, it will be two. It's for elderly people. So I just shortened Kojo Nsiah. Yes. So for me too, I grew up in the Bono region and also Nzima.
Which part of the Bono region?
Badu Tyne District.
In the Tyne District?
In the Tyne District, Badu in the Tyne District. That's where I grew up. And then I think at the age of 10, 11, I moved to the Zimaland.
Where precisely?
The Elembele district.
Elembele
district. So that's the Edziama, Enyinase, Axim, Hafasini, and all the
you're used to cold weather.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you know my color as well. That's where I got my color from.
Yes, Bruni.
Yes. So for me, I'm fortunate. So I learned so many things. You know, that place is the fishing, and you know they are into the plantation of coconuts and then cocoa as well. Yeah. And then there are festivals, the Kundum festivals as well. But when you come to the Bono region too, that time they should Badu. They celebrate what they call the Bomtuo festivals. And then I remember way back in school, primary school, when it's time for Cultural Day, you sing songs, they tell us about the past. Like there's a song we usually sing, I don't know how to sing it, but when it's time for the Cultural Day, we sing, is it de kwande, de kwande, a gabo for the name de, and so natadi munye miham. Those songs.
That's a very good one. Dede kwande. Ejabo for Nkwanye mede.
And so natadi munye miham. And so
you've been singing.
When it comes to the wisdom of our forefathers, this particular song is actually telling us quite a lot. That the Obofo, or what we call Obomofo, he's the hunter. He goes to actually go and hunt for game, meat, and bring them back to our homes. And it's quite a difficult job. But Ejabofo Nenkwanye mede, but Natadim in because the toils that he goes through to get the food on our table. I really enjoy the food, but I do not envy his. So you can just picture the wisdom with which our forefathers were operating when they were making these kind of songs. And Peter, thank you for actually highlighting that for us as well. Just continue.
Yeah, so those were some of the things and the announced stories. But these days, you don't get to see them in our various schools. That's where we are taught how to play the drums, the phantom from. We understand everything. That's where they teach us the Titio, Domankuma, Usu, Adapa, those things, the appellation and all those things. And so I learned those things from the Bono region. That's where I schooled. And so actually,
which school though?
St. Peter's Preparatory School.
St. Peter's.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Yes. And then after that, I moved back to the Western region again, where I attended my senior high school, Ziama Sectec. And we know all those people there, they know what we are good at. In terms of academic, not that good, but when it comes to football, second to none.
Yes, then the people are testimony as well.
Can attest to that.
Footballer.
So basically, these are the places I grew up, and I've had a taste of, like Nanan Ketia said, of so many cultures. And in terms of the language, I used to speak the Bono. I speak a language we call Kulago. But currently I can't speak. But when you speak, I understand.
But is it like the typical Bono, or it's the Bono that is around the borders? I'm talking about the places that are almost like Zezera, close to the Ivorian border.
Yes.
Is it that type of Bono?
Yes, that type of Bono, because the people they actually migrated from Cote d'Ivoire, Bontuku, that's so that kind of Bono language. It's been a while, so if you speak, I understand, but I can't speak. And then the Nzima as well. I used to speak some Nzima, and then the Fante. So I used to speak very good Twi because I stayed a bit too at Sunyantra and all that, but because I wanted to learn the Fante, the Nzima, and then the Bono, it actually
mess it up.
So when I'm speaking, you wouldn't know where is he actually from, because and that's the beauty of our culture.
That's the beauty of our culture, and everywhere people in Ghana tend not to live at one particular place, especially because of how warm we are. You go to you move from wherever you are, you come to Accra, the Ghanaians are welcoming, they will back you very, very well, and then you just settle in. Even though, just imagine, being the capital, a lot of people coming in, it shows how cosmopolitan Accra is and how welcoming the people are. And then after that, you've talked about moving to the Western region, moving to the coastal areas. And now even in the north, they are even more welcoming because they open their arms to visitors. They actually treat visitors very, very well. And that is the nature, and that's what has been imbibed in the culture of Ghana. It is something that no one can ever take away from us because it's imbibed through the veins of our belongings. I'm sure we'll be talking about why that is so when we talk about Ghana and our migration from the old Ghana Empire. Sure. Today we have some history for you. It's right here on Clock TV. If you want to find out where I'm coming from, you have to also tell me yours. Send us a WhatsApp message 050-050-0421, 050-050-0421. Let us know where you are also coming from. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. When you go there, you search for Clock TV, you'll be able to watch us live and in HD. So in case you need to leave your TV, you don't need to leave the Koko Digest morning show. Yes, so I'm partly from the Bono region, and I'm also partly from the Ashanti region. The Ashanti region because my father is from the Ashanti region. He's from Asante Bekwai. I'm sure most of us know that. Pramasu to be precise. And then my mom is from Domahinkro in the Bono region. Inti Akanfo Yedi Nade. So I'm a proud Bono with Ashanti blood running through my veins as well. So we have the Bono region, the Domahinkro. We know that we are well known for our eggs. About most of the southern sector have eggs. About 40% of the southern sector have eggs being supplied from the Doma Brekum area. So it's actually very, very a good thing. So that's a little bit about where I'm coming from. Let me know where you're also coming from. Let me know your heritage, your festivals, what you celebrate. Send us a WhatsApp message. Send us a message on Facebook, 050-050-0421, and we'll be kind enough to read them for you. But before we go into the meat of things, before we start discussing our newspapers, I'm sure both of you prepared something for us to talk about today. So I'll start with Nana Kofi Nketia.
Yes, you're getting the name right. I like that. This morning, unfortunately, I come bearing bad news. Yes, so one of the stories I chanced upon this morning has to do back in my region, Western region.
Yeah.
I say my region because I'm partly.
I mean, you're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. So yes.
It's okay.
So one of the stories has to do with Wasa. It's in Wasa, Dankwa.
But before you give us the bad news, I know we'll get into it, but I want us to, since it's Ghana month, let's herald some heroes that we've actually talked about. Let's look at some of our history where we actually proud ourselves in. Let's not go straight into the news stories like that. Let's herald some of our heroes. I'm sure you came with 3 wonderful
females. Yes. So I decided to speak about our unspoken heroes, and then particularly the females, the women, the unspoken women that we have in this country. They helped build this country, but then we barely hear about them, we barely speak about them. And then we have the likes of Yaw Asare, who is known everywhere. We have Ama Ata Edu, we have a lot of them. But then this morning, I just want to focus on three very important people. First of all, I want us to focus on the woman whose face appears on our 50 peso coin. Yes.
So it's a woman, the 50 peso coin.
It's a woman, actually. Some people may look at it and be wondering whose face is this? Exactly. Is this? Who is this? And all that. So her name is Rebecca. You have to help me with the Ga. That is my problem. Na Dede. Yes. Yes, and she has a nickname.
Rebecca Na Dede Aite.
And then her nickname. That's what I'm trying to remember.
Mami Ashikisha.
Ashiki. That's my problem with Ga. That's my problem with Ga. But then yes. So Rebecca Na Dede Aite. Yes. Pardon me, our Ga viewers. So she's also known as Dede Ashikisha. She's a Ghanaian nationalist and a businesswoman who played a major role under Ghana's independence struggle. So she was very prominent under Kwame Nkrumah, the CPP. Yes, she was a businesswoman, and she joined the Conventions People's Party, and then she helped when it comes to Ghana's independence. The unfortunate part is that a lot of people don't know about her. We, especially the young people coming up, we see the 50 peso coin. Some people don't even take time to look at whose face is on it. They don't have time to even ask who is this person. So this morning I just want to say something brief about her, and then her importance, her significance to the independence of Ghana.
Yeah.
So she was a financial backbone to the independence movement. So yes, she was a successful businesswoman, especially in food trading.
Yeah.
So this woman used her personal wealth to support the nationalist movement, which was led by our very first president, Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
And then she helped finance party activities and political campaigns of the Convention's People's Party. So yes, she was a very important figure. She was very relevant, and she was key in when it comes to the independence of Ghana. Unfortunately, we barely talk about her. Yes, she was accorded that recognition by having her face on the 50 peso coin. And I think one of the significant important things we've done for her is also the buses that we see around, the double-decker buses. We call them. We have a name for them. Auntie Dede buses. Yes.
So she's the one.
She's the one. Yes. Auntie Dede. She's the one. She was named. I mean, this was just a passing something just to make her name stick into the minds of people. Yeah. But my problem is the youth of today don't ask about why is this called Auntie Dede. I feel like people are just lazy to information. They think it's just a name that they've just given to it, but then it has a very significant meaning to it. And then let me talk about her political mobilization. So she organized women, especially market women, to support the independence cause. So you realize that the independence cause was not just by men. Mostly we see Kwame Nkrumah, the Big Six, let me put it that way, the Big Six, and it's like a lot of ideas that is coming up is that, these men championed the independence of Ghana, led by Kwame Nkrumah. But no, there were people behind the scenes. One of the people behind the scenes is our very own Rebecca Nadede Ayite, also known as Ashiki-san. And then, yes, so the 50 peso coin was done to honor her and say we are grateful for what you have done for the nation, even though a lot of people don't recognize you, don't know you. But so far as her face is going to be on the 50 peso coin, we'll always remember her. Yes.
Now let me talk a little bit about her as well. Now a lot of people don't know Auntie Dede or Na Dede Ashisha or Mami Ashisha. Now there are a lot of things that are actually immortalized with her name or with what she does. Now in Ghana what we call Ashisha is flour, and she was one of the most successful flour businesswomen. And in Ghana those days, whatever you do, you need flour. Most of our food, bread for breakfast, you need flour. If you are going to do, sometimes even at the hotels, the food that they cook, they add flour to it, and so flour was in high demand. And she was the woman right from the inception, flour, bagging them, planting the maize, having the plantations. And I think that people don't understand this. She was very young. She started a political career at the age of 28 years. And it lasted for 10 years. She died when she was just 38 years. Yeah. Now, Auntie Dede was the one. That's why she's called Auntie Dede. The buses are called Auntie Dede, just as you mentioned. Initially, we didn't have double-decker buses. But she realized that, no, for transportation, if the bus is moving and we are going to deliver goods and all that, we need more people to be able to fit in one bus. And she had seen that particular idea in the US. So she spoke to her friend, who was a business person in the US, and asked her, can we also try and then bring these buses to Ghana? So that is how the buses came to Ghana. And then everyone referenced it to her. In her Auntie Dede buses, and then that flour, whenever flour was produced, they had bags that it was kept in. After the bags were used for the production of the flour, for the distribution of the flour, Auntie Dede brought them back, and the bags that could not be used again, they were washed and recycled to make underwears or pants for females to wear. And so she was really powerful. So that's why we call some of them Ashikisha Pyoto, because they were made from flour bags, and they were recycled into some of these things. So Auntie Dede, as we call her, or Mami Ashikisha, was a very, very powerful woman. And what happened was she was a powerful figure in the CPP family as well, because she was the chief financier for Kwame Nkrumah's operations. Whenever Kwame Nkrumah needed some money to undertake some political events, rallies and all that, Auntie Dede was the one that was being called upon. And unfortunately, the CPP had a meeting in 1961 in Ho in the Volta region. And when she went there, according to sources, she was poisoned. And then she met an untimely demise. Hot tea. Yeah. Yes. And she was poisoned through that. And she met an untimely demise just at the age of 38 years. So at the young age of 38 years, she had no children. But you can see that her life and her testimony runs through the whole of Ghana. Benedict, thank you very, very much for bringing us this particular highlight. I'm sure you have two other people.
Yes, so let me dive straight to the field of Efua Sunderland. Sutherland, sorry.
Sutherland,
yes. We've been passing through the Accra, just by the National Theatre.
Yes.
We have a park there that's been named after a woman, Efua Sutherland.
About that park, what we have to do to it too, we'll talk about it later.
Yes, there's a lot of work to be done over there as well. And then most people, pass through there. If you are in a church heading towards Accra from Medina, our lights are the Sutherland car park.
Yes.
Bus stop 1, bus stop 2 and all that. We've all been using it. We all use that route when you're getting into the ministries and all. But how many of us have decided or have inquired about who is this person? What did she do? What did she do to earn this reward by a park to be named after her? So let me just go straight into her history, a brief history about her. So she was a Ghanaian playwright, poet, educator, and cultural activist whose pioneering work laid the foundations for modern Ghanaian theatre. So I think it's memorable that the park that is named after her is close to the National Theatre, because these are more of her works, and then it's showing by the National Theatre that has been built close to her. She was born on 27th of June 1924 in Cape Coast. That was Gold Coast then, and then now Ghana. And then she died on 21st of January 1996. So yes, one of her notable works is Foriwa, the drama Foriwa, that was done in 1962.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, and then she wrote Edufa, that was made in 1967. The Marriage of Anansewa.
The Marriage of Anansewa is a very good
so
one.
most of us those years, we did literature on these stories and all that. So immediately I mentioned it, and I always like the Marriage of Anansewa. Yes. So yes, she wrote The Marriage of Anansewa. That was made in 1975, and then one of her achievements, one of the things she's done for the country as well, was she founded the Ghana Drama Studio, the Ghana Society of Writers, and then Afram Publications. So I know most of you know about Afram Publications. It's one of those publication companies out there making books and then all that. So she's been honored by a park being named after her, the Efua Sunderland Children's Park.
And the streets as well.
Yes, and the streets as well,
around Jolu.
Yes, and she was honored a doctorate degree by the University of Ghana. So yes, this is a brief history of Efua Sutherland, Efua Theodora Sutherland. And then our last unsung hero is, as a football fan, I'll go straight into sport. Our very own Adwoa Bayo. Yes, Adwoa Bayo is one of the greatest footballers out there. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know about her, especially the women. Mostly if we think it's unfortunate, because if she were to be a man or the male specimen, by now we know about her, we would have heard about her and all that. Unfortunately, we barely know, especially the youth of today, they barely know about Adwoa Bayo. But Adwoa Bayo has been one of the pillars behind women's football. Let me speak briefly about her. She was born on May 17th, 1979, and she's retired now. She's retired now, and then one of her achievements, she captained the women's national team, the Black Queens, and she was named the African Women's Footballer of the Year in 2003. So her full name is Grace Adwoa Bayo, but she's popularly known as Adwoa Bayo. And she was an attacking midfielder and a playmaker. And then her national team career was spanned from 1997 to 2011. She was the Black Queens captain, and then the major honor she had during her time was the CAF African Women's Footballer of the Year in 2003. So yes, Adwoa Bayo She played international games. She played for FC Indiana, that was in the USA. She played for FFUSV Jena, that was in Germany. And then yes, she was actually very, very important in the role of the FIFA World All-Stars team that was that faced China. Yes, so she played in 2007. She played in the FIFA All-Stars team that played that faced China.
So, talking about 2007, that was actually at the 2007 Women's World Cup. Now, a lot of people don't remember this, but there was a free kick that Adwabayo scored in a game against Norway. A very beautiful free kick. I actually can picture it right in before my eyes.
I remember.
And that etched there in my heart forever. That's 2007 free kick that she scored against Norway in the World Cup. What a beautiful goal that was.
I would encourage viewers out there, especially the younger generations. You can just go on YouTube. You'll find these videos out there. Go and Google about our past heroes. We have Ifwa Sunderland. We have Mama Na Dede. And then we have Adwabayo. Go back to your roots. Let's learn about our women out there, because they've been very important in the creating or the uplifting of our nation, Ghana. Nana, over to you.
Thank you very much, Nana Kofi Nketia. What a beautiful story you have told about 3 women who have transformed Ghana's history in terms of sports, in terms of arts and culture, and in terms of politics. You delved right through all these angles. And over to you, Peter. What do you have for us? What are you challenging Benedict? I mean, Nana Kofi Nketia. She didn't say Benedict. What are you challenging?
He's giving us beautiful stories, and then, I mean, very interesting.
You can take us further back in history, can't you?
Exactly. So I'll take us from the old Ghana Empire to democracy now.
The old Ghana Empire.
So yes, people have been asking why the name Ghana, where did it originate from, and why did the people of Gold Coast choose the name Ghana. So I want us to go through it. Yes. So why the name Ghana? The Ghana Empire, also known as Wagadu, flourished between the 8th and the 11th century. It was one
8th and 11th century.
Yes, that's a long time ago. It was one of Africa's earliest great civilizations, built on gold trade, taxation, and centralized authority. The title Ghana meant warrior king. The title Ghana meant warrior king, symbolizing strength, discipline, and leadership. So the empire controlled trans-Saharan trade routes and proved that Africa had advanced systems of governance long before European contact. So the name Ghana, or the title Ghana, meant warrior king, which symbolizes strength and discipline and leadership. And so people ask, why did the people of Gold Coast choose the name Ghana? Although the ancient Ghana Empire was located present-day Mauritania and Mali, leaders of the Gold Coast adopted the name Ghana in 1957. The choice was deliberate, a rejection of colonial identity and a celebration of Africa's historic pride, power, and unity. And that's why most people say that the first prime minister, the first president of Ghana was like an icon. He was actually fighting for Africa, united Africa, but not Ghana alone. And so even before the arrival of the Europeans, we had kingdoms. We have kingdoms. So between the 14th and the 19th century, powerful indigenous states such as the Ashanti Empire, Dagbon, and Akwamu emerged. And so when we talk about the indigenous empires, we talk about the most powerful one, the Ashanti Empire, and we go on and on and on. History tells us. And then we even talk about the Fanti people, when we talk about the 3 warlords, the Osono Odapajan, and I've forgotten the other name. Oson Odapajan.
I'll get it.
Exactly.
I'm trying to remember.
Yes.
Wow.
So in 1471, Europeans, actually arrived in Ghana, the Portuguese.
They were led by
Don
Diego da Zambuja. And they were sent by Prince Henry the Navigator.
Exactly.
Social studies.
Obruman Kuma, Odapajan, and also the 3 warlords. Yes. Yeah, so interesting. They were sent by The name again?
Prince Henry the Navigator.
The Navigator, and they were led by
Don Diego da Zambuja.
Exactly, this one. We are doing a quick one. So in 1471, Portuguese traders arrived on the coast of present-day Ghana in search of gold. This marked the beginning of sustained European contact, trade competition, and eventually foreign control. Ghana's natural wealth attracted opportunity, but also exploitation. Now, fast forward, the first European castle, Elmina Castle, which was built in 1482, between the 16th and the 18th century, forts and castles along the coast became holding centers during the transatlantic slave trade. Millions of Africans were forcibly taken away, making these sites lasting symbols of pain, memory, and resilience. And I'm glad that we're talking about tourism.
Yeah.
And then these are some of the things that, you know, during the year of return, foreigners, from people in the diaspora,
we'll be
Caribbean,
talking about tourism
all that came.
on our main discussion.
Exactly. And so, fast forward, we had the British colonial rule between 1874 and then 1957. So in 1874, the Gold Coast was formally declared a British colony. Colonial rule introduced railways, schools, Christianity, and civil service systems. But
so it was
also,
until 1864 that we started seeing Christianity and all the other religions. 1874 coming into Ghana. Exactly. Railways and all that.
Schools, hospitals, Christianity, and what have you.
Interesting.
Yes. But also imposed economic exploitation and political exclusion. These contradictions strengthened nationalist movement and resistance, since they identified that Ghana was the source of, you know, gold. And so fast forward, we had the 1948 Accra riots. Now, on 28 February 1948, unarmed ex-servicemen protesting peacefully in Accra were shot by colonial police. The incident triggered nationwide riot, exposed colonial injustice, and accelerated constitutional reforms. The movement marked the true beginning of Ghana's final push towards independence. Because of time,
so these are the people that were there. We have Sergeant Ajete, we have Private Odati, and then we have Corporal Atipu. All these people were the ones we are talking about.
Exactly.
The 28th February riots, which happened right around the castle, the Christian Castle Crossroads, where we have the Independence Arc or Independence Square at the moment. So the 28th February riots happened right at that place. And a lot of people don't know the background to that story, but because you've mentioned it, let me just give a little bit about it before you move on. The 28th February Crossroads, it was when these ex-servicemen, they led their compatriots. They didn't go there alone. They led their compatriots because they had gone to serve the British government in World War II. And then they had come back. World War II, mind you, ended in 1945, 24th February 1945. So they came back and then they said, we are now in 1948. You've still not paid us. 3 years afterwards, we left our children, left our families, and went to fight for you. We've come back. Give us our pay now. You always tell us stories. So they said that they are demanding their pay now. They want to see the governor to deliver their letter to him personally. That is all they were demanding for. And then when they were stopped by the security at the entrance of the castle, and they said they wouldn't allow them with all their people to go and then send their demands to them. So they
wanted to take it. The officer wanted to take the petition and deliver it by himself.
But they disagreed. They disagreed. They said they wanted to hand over to the governor themselves. And the governor was seated at the that's the Osu Castle where we have it at the moment. So they didn't want to move away. They decided not to give it to them. And then the security forces over there opened fire on men who were unarmed and were just demanding justice for fighting for them. What a beautiful story that is. It is sad, but it is beautiful when you think about how later on, just a few years after, it transcended to us winning back political power from the British.
And that leads to Ghana gaining independence on the 6th of March 1957. And Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence from colonial rule. This historic event inspired liberation movement across Africa and the African diaspora. I just want to touch on what Nkrumah said on that very day when Ghana gained independence. He said, at long last, the battle has ended, and thus Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. Ghana is not only for Ghanaians, it's the hope of Africa and the African world. Our independence is meaningless unless it is accompanied by social and economic progress for all. We have achieved political freedom. Let us now strive for economic freedom and social justice. Let us dictate ourselves to the task of national development, peace, and the dignity of our people. At long last, Ghana is free, but freedom is not a gift, it's a responsibility. Let this independence inspire Africa, unite our people, and guide us to the prosperity, peace, and dignity. What caught my attention is, but freedom is not a gift, it's a responsibility.
Freedom is not a gift,
but it's a responsibility.
This man was one of the wisest people to have ever existed.
Yes.
Interesting.
And so, on 1st July 1960, Ghana became a republic, ending all constitutional ties to the British Crown. The country now had a Ghanaian president as head of state, completing full political sovereignty and self-governance. And then democracy today. After years of military interventions between 1966 and 1992, Ghana returned to constitutional rule with 1992 Constitution, launching the Fourth Republic. Since then, peaceful elections, respect for the rule of law, and democratic stability have positioned Ghana as one of Ghana's leading democracies.
Interesting. You guys have actually made our day. I'm sure most of our viewers are watching and then they would want to contribute. If you remember any of the women that we talked about, Auntie Dede, aka Mami Ashigishan, we also have Ifwa Sutherland, and we also have as well Adwabayo. If you remember any of them, then you can send in your messages to us. If you remember any pivotal point in history that we may have missed, you can also draw attention to it by sending us a message on WhatsApp 0500500421, and we'll be kind enough to read them for you. Also, now we want to prove whether you are Ghanaian. You are really, really Ghanaian. We have some images that we'll be bringing on the screen, and I'm going to put you to the test as well. Once you see the image, you have to pinpoint that this particular thing relates to this. We'll do that quickly before we go into our newspaper segment. So if the production team is ready, they can actually drop the first image, which is... Yes. How do you call this? What is the English name for this particular thing?
I think we'll call it an earthenware bowl. Yes. Apotoyewa. I don't have a problem with the English because we are in a Ghana, man, so English is for them. But me say a friend Apotoyewa. Now Eba Fantebeka Asanka.
Asanka.
Thank you.
So what's the name of the thing that you use?
Oh, that is
the brown one. Tapoli.
Okay.
What did you say? No, but that's true though. That's true. Interesting. If you have another name for this thing on our screen, send us a message on WhatsApp 0500500421. Tell us what you call it in your name, in your language, I should say, or you can actually tell us how you call it in English. We'll be kind enough. We want to learn from you as well. So send us messages 0500500421. And what's the next image, production team? So the next image should be on our screen shortly. Yes, but before the okay, yes, it's here. What do you think this is?
It's Alewa.
Alewa, it is Peter. Peter has proven that he's Ghanaian. This particular toffee, most of our parents and their parents as well, this was their delicacy.
Exactly.
Now you see Alewa, there's even a song about it, Alewa, black and white. It's interesting. This toffee, I don't know how it was made, but it was so savory. When you put it in your mouth, you forget about all your troubles.
Yes, I'm trying to recollect those times, high school, junior high. Yes, I remember these toffees were on high demand because when you close from school, everybody's rushing to this particular woman. She's called Mama Stella. Yes, you're just rushing to
Mama Stella.
Yes, you're rushing to her store just to go and purchase these toffees. We had this ice cream, Fresh Taste. We had
We have fresh. Do you have fresh as well? Did you also take fresh?
Yeah.
And there was an ice cream like made of hibiscus, what we call sobolo now.
So,
but it was in the triangular form.
Yes.
And we called it Iron Boy.
Iron Boy. Yes, I remember.
At this point, I'm lost.
Wow.
All right, so our phone lines are open. You can join in the conversation. You can call us on 05005000423. 05005000423. That's the number that you can join in the conversation. Call us and let us know, what did you call that particular candy image that we showed? What did you call it? Tell us about it. Call us and inform us. What are some of the pivotal moments in Ghana's history that we may have missed while talking about this? Let us know some of the female unspoken heroes that we Ghanaians do not necessarily give or accord them with the kind of love and recognition that they do deserve. Let us know. Join in the conversation, 05005000423, and we'll be kind enough to take your calls, take your comments and all that. But before we move on, let me take some of our messages. This one is coming from, this one says, educative discussion, interesting. I am G, inspired from Tamale. This one is also saying that this is my first time watching the morning show, and I can say, wow, Clock TV, kudos. This is Kwe from Tema. A lot of messages are coming in, but I'll read them as and when the time permits me to do so. But guys, before we wrap up on this and then go into our news items, do you have anything to say as well?
So when they were displaying the pictures, what came in mind was this chichiri water. We had something called chichiri water.
Yes. Wow. What we called it was ice water.
Ice water.
Because it was always, I don't know how they did it, but it was tied in this rubber and was pressed. Yeah. And sometimes
in some irregular shape. They had the same size, but then it was still irregular. And
and the measurements for all of those were all the same.
Yes.
We have a call on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Jerome. I'm calling from Tema.
All right, Jerome, let's hear you.
Yes, in the very topic that you played on the screen this morning.
Yes.
In the olden days, it is called the red tank, because whenever you take it or you consume it, at the end you see the colors on your tank. So we normally call it the red tank.
Oh, interesting, Jerome. Interesting. So it was called the red tank. But apart from that, which other things did you used to enjoy, which you don't see now anymore?
I can't get you. Can you come again?
I was saying that apart from the red tank, can you take us down memory lane and mention some of the things that Ghanaian heritage we used to actually herald?
If I quite remember, there is one biscuit that the FS normally do. It is in a flat stone. It is called
Yes. So if you are watching as viewers, you can actually tell us what the name of that particular biscuit was. It was round, it was hard. I don't know, but I'm sure we'll get it. Thank you very much, Jerome. Jerome called us from Tema and he's bringing his views for us. He's talking about that particular biscuit. Do you guys remember?
I remember.
That particular biscuit, we used to call it Aigbe biscuit.
Aigbe biscuit.
I'm sure
I think
now
it's still around.
Yes.
Aigbe biscuit is still around.
Yes.
But you see, those times it used to be very hard.
Yeah.
Now it's still hard, but don't really.
No, I'm sure because now your teeth has developed more.
Wow.
Because probably when you were
stronger now,
it was difficult to chew it. Yeah. But Aigbe biscuits, Aigbe biscuits. Shout out to Aigbe biscuits.
Saved us lots of times.
Kojo Nsiah, you were talking about he was talking about. Do you remember the water?
Yes.
The water that you used to fetch. They had different cups at different places. But you realize that if it is 500 ml in shop A, you travel all the way to another. You go and you meet the same 500 ml, and that you never get that water when it's not cold.
Yeah.
It is always cold. And when you
I
get
think
it,
that was the criteria for bringing it out. If it's not like that, you can't.
The process, they add this they usually bend. It's usually kept in a pot, like a very big one, and they bend something. So when
okay, just hold your thoughts. Yes. We have another call on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, I'm Angela from Tema.
Angela, let's hear you.
Okay, I'm a Gen Z, right? I'm a Gen Z. But what you guys were talking about, it's new to me. I was like, hey, I'm not really a Ghanaian. I'm not getting to know about all these people you guys are talking about, and it's a very good educative program.
All right, thank you, Angela. That's why you need to keep watching Clock TV because we'll be bringing more of this to you. But which one particularly caught your attention the most?
About the storyline.
The storyline about the women.
Auntie Dede. I've never heard
Auntie Dede. Oh, Mami Ashikisha. Then today you've learned. So that is also Abigail calling us from Tema, telling us that she's learned a lot from the show today. Abigail, keep watching us on Clock TV. We have a lot more coming up in this Ghana month for you. Peter,
yes.
Kojo Nsiah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was talking about
the Gen Zs need to tune in and then watch this particular thing. I think we should do an extensive program for Mami Ashigishan and just to highlight her importance to Ghana's history because a lot of people do not actually
aside
know her.
Other women too, because we need to highlight on these women and their significance because we need to let people know these ladies were very important for us and we need to honor them.
Exactly.
Very, very true.
Yeah, so I was talking about how it was preserved. Myself, I didn't get to see, but my father told me about it. That mostly when you go to the villages, there was this silver cup that everybody, drank from. And then there was this bowl as well that was meant for only the elderly. So it had peculiar colors, green, blue. It was meant for the rich people actually those times.
And talking about the silver cup, when you drink water from that silver cup, it tastes different.
It's different.
The water is never warm in it. The water is always cool. It is always cool in the silver cup. Do you remember that?
I remember those times, refrigerators were more like a luxury.
Yes.
You don't have, you need to have a certain amount of money to own a refrigerator. But those times, having a pot in your house, in your home. I remember we used to have this very big pots with a silver covering, a flat.
Just put a pin in that. Yes, 5-5. Just put a pin in that. We have another call on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Samuel. I'm calling from Koko.
Yes, let's hear you, Samuel. Samuel, if you can reduce the volume. Samuel, if you can reduce the volume of your TV set and then talk to us through your phone.
Okay. What you are doing is really interesting. I try to remember when you were talking about the I remembered one topic called It was round, like cylindrical and brown in color.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And the ice water, and the water you normally call it Kai-Fi.
Interesting. Which other point in history?
About the everywhere bowl. In our language, you call it communism. We call it Eyeba in our language.
Eyeba. Can you come again? How do you call it?
Eyeba for the engineers.
Eyeba. How about the thing that we call tapoli, the one that you used to grind?
That one we also call it tapoli.
Tapoli.
That one, that name, yes.
It's universal.
I want you to interpret something for me.
Keep doing what you are doing because it's really interesting.
All right, thank you very much.
Remember some of the things you were doing.
Thank you very
I
much.
asked him that when we say
Please hold on. Peter has a question for you as well. Oh, we unfortunately lost him. But Peter, you can ask the question. I'm sure he'll see it and send us a message.
Inja him. I know it's a greeting.
Inja him. Okay.
Inja him.
I have no idea.
Inja him. My he sounds like marching.
Which means sounds like me. Good morning.
Inja him. Okay, well, it remains to be seen. If you are from the Nzima or you understand that particular language, tell us what it means. Inja him. What does it mean? Tell us if Peter is trying to insult us or is trying to tell us something in the studios over here. Let us know. And now let's travel down memory lane as well. He talked about the Igbe toffee. Remember that Igbe toffee? The Igbe toffee was made from coconut. Coconut. And then we liked the Gen Zs tried to remodel it, and then they started condensed milk. Yes. But now the original one is the Igbe toffee. The Igbe toffee was made from coconut, and it was wrapped. Sometimes you have it in a thin line. And then they wrap it. They wrap it from one. We have another call on the line. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, my name is
come again?
My name is Matthew.
Okay, Matthew, let's hear you.
I'm very interested in the decision that you are making this morning. I said I'm very interested in the conversation that we are having this morning.
All right, thank you.
Because I'm a history student. But one I remember is the Apotoyewa. I'm a country guy. Apotoyewa.
Apotoyewa.
Yeah, and the one that they call it attack.
Yeah, Peter, you mentioned.
And you also remember Kulamun.
Can you come again? Your line keeps breaking, but we can't hear you. Is it Pila Munsu?
And the topic.
Oh, I'm sure he's hitting very important ones there. But we can't hear him, that's the thing. Unfortunately, your voice is really down. If you can either send us a text message or you can call us back so we can hear you well, if you can stand somewhere better so we can hear you. But he's talking about quite an interesting things over there. So he's talking about, is it Tunabu that I...
No, he mentioned something Munsu. Yes.
Talking about water, you remember Peter was mentioning one. Now in the villages, because they weren't fridges, right?
Yeah.
When you get to every house, they dig holes, right? And then they bury some earthenware pots in there, right? And then where they bury them, the sun has no exposure to the floors. Sure. So now when you have the water and you fetch it freshly from that particular earthenware pot that has been buried, it's as cold as what you put in the fridge. No, so these are some of the things. I'm sure that's what he's talking about. Bula Munsu or something.
Yeah, I think Bula Munsu is talking about Bula Munsu.
So that is where, I mean, traveling down memory lane is quite wonderful. Wonderful. I'm not as old as you may think as I am, but trust me, I've seen quite a lot in this my short life. Yes, we have Mabel also on the line. Mabel, let's hear you.
I'm not as old as I have been. I've been quite a lot. Yes, we have Mabel also on the line. Mabel, let's hear it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mabel. Before we continue, can you reduce the volume on your TV set so that you talk to us through your phone?
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Mabel.
You guys are looking good.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, good morning, Dave.
Good morning. Let's hear you. Let's travel down memory lane.
You guys are looking good.
Thank you very much, Mabel. Let's travel down memory lane. Let's talk about things that...
The guy was talking about Kula Munsu.
Kula Munsu. Mabel, can you talk to us about it? What is Kula Munsu?
Kula Munsu is like Kula. It was made is made by clay.
Mm-hmm.
Clay. They use clay to mold it.
Yeah, the earthenware pots. Yes.
And they put this metric.
Yeah, this is really educative.
Yes.
And they put metric. That's after pounding the one knot. Aha, ni over shira the shape. The man to me
Oh, interesting.
so the mekan
Mehu. Kula Monsieur. Thank you very much, Mabel. But please, if you call us.
We don't use ice block, no ice block.
No ice block.
Yeah, so ukiku bana ubi esra usel no one. Hey, me so what ice block atuno. That's delicious.
All right, thank you very much, Mabel. Now, so what we have to do is that we have to tell our callers, if you call us and then you are joining the show, please make sure that you turn the volume on your TV sets down. You can turn the volume on your TV sets down and you talk to us through your mobile phone. If you talk to us through the TV set, you are going to hear delayed response. You are going to hear maybe some 5 seconds, 10 seconds delayed response. But if you talk to us through the phone, everyone watching will be able to join in the conversation, the fun conversation that we are having. Let us know. Travel, take us back down memory lane. Let us know what you think about some of the things that we've mentioned. We've seen the Kula Munsio talking about the method that you actually put in the earthenware pot and pour the water inside to preserve it. And then when you fetch it, it smells good and it tastes good. That is it. So, Benedict, Kula Munsio. So at this point, what we have on our screen is what the Kula Munsio, how it looks like. Wow. So the earthenware pot, and then we have the methi inside, and then water is fetched from it. Exactly. So once you get the water from it, you realize that one num edukuru munsu, one num Kula Munsio. Interesting. Benedict.
So, I mean, when my brother was talking about, history about Ghana, Gold Coast, he was talking about Kwame Nkrumah and the speech he made. And one of the speech that stands out for me, the independence of Ghana is meaningless until it is linked with the total liberation of the African continent. It is actually very remarkable to me. And I think it's one of the things that we have to really pay attention to. Whatever Kwame Nkrumah, Auntie Rebecca, Nadede, and then her colleagues, the people of CPP and all that, whatever they did wasn't just about Ghana, wasn't just about Gold Coast, it was about everybody. It was about the whole of the African continent. So I think we have to do more for ourselves and by ourselves. And then there is more that needs to be done. There is more that needs to be done as citizens, as people of cultural heritage. We have very rich cultures. And when we look at when Aisha Speed came to Ghana, he made us, he gave us an exposure to a lot of things that many people did not even know about their countries. And an example is Ghana. Many people did not know about the shea butter industry. Korea. A lot of people didn't know about it. And then, ever since he came and then he left, the cream or the pomade I've been using every time is the shea butter. Yes, I've dropped every other pomade I use and I'm just using shea butter. It wasn't because I wasn't using, I was, but I didn't really feel like I had to really patronize this. But then I felt like, no, this is important.
This is Ghanaian.
I need to invest my money into Ghanaian made products, and that is the Nkuto. People don't know about Nkuto. One of the things that we need to go back to Nkuto. And then one of the stuff that I was thinking about, when she was talking about the mefe, and then I remembered palm nuts, the food in it. We used to crack it. Sometimes you chew it, you spit in your hands, and then use it to smell your skin, especially if you're having bad skin reaction and all that. These are some of the things that we're doing those times, but Now we don't do them anymore. I think
talking about the palm nut ones. You remember when we were all kids? Abrafon Our time is fast spent. Abrafon the almond tree.
Indian almond.
On Thursdays we'll open the phone lines earlier so we can actually have a lot more discussions coming in there. Peter, your final comments before we move on to birthdays.
I wanted to say something in addition because we've spoken about the food down memory lane.
Thursday will come with the food. Thursday will come with the food in particular. So if you watch us Thursday morning, we'll come with the Ghanaian foods and how to prepare them. We'll talk about the local foods that we actually do have. So Peter, have your
and actually we can talk. We've also so like you said, we'll talk about music, our dressing. What makes one a Ghanaian? What is our identity? Is it our dressing, our language, our songs? Or the history alone. And so, I mean, it's quite interesting. I think we will talk about that when we talk about the hairstyles, the lifestyle, fashion at those times. Because currently, when you see some of the pictures, you just laugh because the kind of fashion sense at that time was kind of peculiar. And so, I think we should also dive into that and know the reason why they were, wearing those how significant. Those styles were during that time and what have you. So I think, like you said, our time is fast spent. So I wanted to mention some hairstyle there, but let's just end it here and continue.